Hello, in this video, we're going to be looking at the first part of lesson 9.2. And lesson 9.2 is all about formulas for circles and regular polygons. In this video, for day 1, we're going to look at how to calculate and apply formulas for the area and circumference of a circle. Then, in the day 2 lesson, which is that another video, we will talk about how to apply the formula for the area of a regular polygon. Let's start with some important vocabulary related to circles. First, a circle is a set of all points in a plane that are a fixed distance from a given point called the center of the circle. We abbreviate the circle with the symbol circle with a dot in the middle. So in the picture here, the center point is P, so we would name this circle, circle P. And again, P is the center of the circle. So you name a circle by its center. The center of the circle, once again, is just that point inside the circle that is the same distance from every point on the circle. So no matter where I pick a point on the circle, it's going to be the same distance from the center point. And that distance is called the radius. Let's start with diameter, though. Diameter is a segment that passes through the center of a circle whose endpoints are on the circle. So notice in the diameter drawn here, the endpoints are on the circle and the diameter is just the distance across. Now the radius is going to be half the diameter. A radius is a segment whose endpoints are the center of the circle and another point on the circle. So if I pick like this point right here and go there, that's the radius. The circumference is going to be the distance around the circle. So imagine that you are like building a fence around your circle. It's really just the perimeter of the circle. How far is it if we go around the circle? And then our final vocabulary word is pi. Pi is an irrational number defined as the radius of the circumference, which we abbreviate with a capital C, to the diameter d. A ratio is just a fraction, so what this is saying is pi, that irrational number pi, is equal to the ratio of the circumference to the diameter. So that's pi equals the circumference divided by the diameter. So now that we have these vocab words, we're ready to talk about the formulas for the circumference and area of a circle. You calculate the circumference of a circle using the formula C equals pi d or C equals 2 pi r. And pi is that irrational number. We often approximate it as about 3.14. Diameter is the d. And 2r, that's doubling the radius, that's the same as the diameter. So that's why either of these formulas will work. For the area of a circle, you do need to use the radius. There's no formula involving the diameter. The area of a circle is calculated by taking pi times the radius squared. If you're given the diameter of a circle, you just divide the diameter by 2, and that's going to give you the radius. So let's try a couple examples. In our first picture here, for problem A, we want to find the area and circumference of circle K in terms of pi, which means we're going to leave that pi symbol in our answer. So the first thing I'm going to do is area, and the formula for area is pi r squared. We have to be careful here, though, in this circle, because 6 is the diameter. And for the radius, we need to do half of that. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. So our area will be pi times 3 squared. And then how you're going to simplify this is you square the 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. And then you keep the pi with it. So we say the area is 9 pi, and it's area, so we'll go square inches. So that is our area in terms of pi. Then for the circumference, we use c equals pi times diameter, or 2 pi r. This 6 is the diameter, so I'm just going to use the pi d. And pi times 6 is just 6 pi. So we move the pi to the end of the value. You don't want to say pi 6, you want to say 6 pi. And then circumference is just a distance, so we don't need the squared, we just need inches. So it would be 6 pi inches around our circle. For this next example, we want to find the radius, so find r, of a circle with a circumference of 24 pi feet. So the first thing you should always do is write down the formula. Since we're given the circumference, we'll use the circumference formula. Circumference equals pi times diameter, or 2 pi r. Now, since we want to find the radius, I'm going to use the one with the r in it. So circumference equals 2 pi r. And now let's sub in what we know. So 24 pi feet is the circumference, so I can replace the capital C with 24 pi. And then that has to equal 2 pi times the radius. Well, we can actually solve this pretty quickly if we just divide each side by 2 pi. That undoes the multiply by 2 pi. And the pi over pi cancels, so really I just have 24 divided by 2, which is 12. So the radius of our circle would be 12 feet. In this next example, we want to find the radius of a circle with an area of 121 pi square centimeters. Okay, given that we know the area, we want to start with the area formula. So I always start by picking the appropriate formula, circumference or area. In this case, we have area, so we'll use area equals pi r squared. Now we know the area is 121 pi, so I'm going to replace that right here. And we don't know the radius, but we can divide out that pi, and since there's a pi on each side, the pi is just going to cancel out. So r squared is equal to that 121, and we know that to undo the squared, we just take a square root. So the square root of 121 is 11, which means the radius of our circle would be 11 centimeters. I'll let you try the try now here on your own. Please pause your video, and then when you hit play, the solution will be posted. Okay, here is your solution. The first thing you should have done is use the area of 49 pi square yards to calculate the radius, and the radius is 7. And then once we know the radius, we can calculate the circumference using the circumference equals 2 pi r. Here, when you have the 2 pi times 7, you can combine 2 times 7 to 14, and then just write your answer as 14 pi yards. For our final example, we're going to look at a real-world application of circles. Domino's offers pizzas in different diameters. The two most common sizes are a medium pizza, which is 12 inches in diameter, and a large pizza that's 14 inches in diameter. If you order a 2-topping pizza, a medium is $15.58, and a large is $17.88. And these are the real values from Domino's in 2025. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is calculate the area for the medium and the large pizza. Instead of using pi, let's round to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to start with the medium pizza. The area of the medium pizza can be calculated by taking pi times the radius squared. The diameter is given for the medium pizza is 12 inches. So the radius is going to be half of that, 12 divided by 2, so r is 6. And now if we take pi times 6 squared, that makes 6 squared is 36. So we have area equals 36 pi. Now we do want to actually find this to the nearest tenth. So you're going to use the pi button on your calculator. So on the scientific calculators, it's like 4 down from the second key on the left side. On the graphing calculators, you have to hit second, followed by the caret key, and then that'll give you the pi symbol. You'll also find on some of the scientific calculators, especially the yellow ones that you borrow from school, they sometimes will just, if you type 36 pi, it'll give you 36 pi. So if you want to force your calculator to give you a decimal and it's still giving you the pi symbol, what you can do is you just type 36 decimal point pi. And when you do that, it'll give you a value of 113.097. So that means the medium pizza, if I round it to the nearest tenth, has an area of 113.1 and it's square inches. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing for the large pizza. So the large pizza, I guess I'll do the large right here. Area equals pi r squared. The diameter of the large pizza is 14. The radius is half of that, so 7. So I'll go pi times 7 squared, which is 49 pi. And then again, just grab your calculator to find the value of 49 pi. And when you do that, your calculator is going to give you like 153.93. 8. Really, I just need one decimal place. So the large pizza at Domino's has an area of 153.9 square inches. So now we know the areas of each pizza, but we still haven't figured out which pizza is the better deal. So to figure out which pizza is the better deal, what you want to do is you want to look at unit price. So you need like the price per ounce or the price per square inch. So here we have dollars. So how much does it cost? And then I want to look at it for 1 square inch of pizza. So I'll show you what I mean by looking at the medium pizza. So for the medium pizza, the cost of the medium pizza, if we look back up here, the medium pizza at Domino's for 2 toppings is $15.58. So I'm going to take the price, $15.58, and then I'm going to divide that by the area that I just calculated for the medium pizza, 113.1 square inches. Type that into your calculator. And when you do that, you're going to get 0.1377. So approximately what is that? Well, it's about 14 cents if I round to the nearest penny. So about 14 cents per square inch for the medium pizza. Let's do the same now for the large pizza. So the large pizza has a price of $17.88. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. For the large, we take the price, $17.88, and we divide it by the area that we calculated, which was 153.9 square inches. We divide that out, and what we're going to get on our calculator is 0.116. So if I round that to the nearest cent, that is about 12 cents per square inch. So now we should be able to use this information to figure out what's the better deal. The medium pizza is 14 cents per square inch of pizza, and the large pizza is 12 cents per square inch. So the better deal is going to be the one that is cheaper. So this is less money per square inch. So the large at Domino's is the better deal. And that's the end of this lesson. We'll talk about the second half of 9.2, which is on areas of regular polygons in the day 2 video. Thanks for watching. Bye.